I will say, I am so glad that we don't have to talk about rumors anymore, as Google has finally revealed the Pixel Watch 3, and thankfully, we had some hands-on time. To keep it simple, the Pixel Watch 3 got some small but impactful changes, and in a move that many people love, we finally got a 45mm variant. And in this video, I'll go over everything new with both models. As mentioned, the Pixel Watch 3 comes in two sizes now. The 41mm that everyone is used to, and by popular demand, a larger 45mm version, which has a lot of improvements by itself. The most important changes for the 45mm size is that it features a 40% larger screen compared to the Pixel Watch 2, making everything from notifications to watch faces to the in-app UI much more readable. Plus, both models got some upgrades to the actual display itself. Both have reduced bezels, about 16% smaller than last year's devices, and both got the upgrade to the actual display that will allow them to hit 2000 nits peak brightness. There's also some interesting changes to the UI when you look at the 45mm version as well. The watch faces feature slight redesigns to take full advantage of the extra real estate on that variant. The active face, for example, has more room for complications. The redesigned track face can monitor two metrics at once with room for a third, and even the Wear OS tile interfaces now have extra space to show more data, like the weather now showing a 4-hour forecast. The Fitbit workout screen can show more workout options, and basically every aspect of the UI will have room for more, which is the most welcoming change here. Aside from the display, the overall design remains largely the same between the two. Both have Gorilla Glass 5, both have this glossy aluminum exterior, although the 45mm does have an option for a matte finish aluminum, which is a nice touch. Otherwise, there's no real major difference in terms of materials. Specs-wise, these watches are very similar to last year's as well. They both use the same Snapdragon W5, which is fine, 2 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of onboard storage. Battery on the 41mm is mostly the same at 306 mAh, but the 45mm has a bigger size at 420 mAh. Google says both still offer up to 24 hours of battery life with always on display active and 36 hours in battery saver mode. Pixel Watch 3 also has 20% faster charging speeds compared to last year's version. And lastly, ultra wideband support is now here that will allow for improved watch unlock accuracy and supports digital car keys with luxury vehicle brands. Moving on from hardware, we have a whole new suite of Wear OS and Fitbit features to play around with. There's a new Pixel Recorder app that lets you capture voice notes right from your wrist. The Google Home app has been upgraded to allow access to Google TV remote controls and controls for your Nest doorbell and camera feeds. Not to mention, Wear OS now has an app grid that uses big, easy to see icons that should help make it easier to find what you're looking for compared to the list view. If you're into fitness, then the Pixel Watch 3 does have a few upgrades in that department. In fact, a big focus with the Pixel Watch 3 is what Google considers advanced running capabilities, like a new Fitbit running coach feature that lets you create workouts directly on your watch, where you can set the target pace, heart rate, distance, and much more. Plus, while running, you get real-time guidance through audio cues and haptics to make sure that you're keeping up with those goals, and you can view your running stats through a new running dashboard via the Fitbit app to analyze your workouts. We also got a new onboard morning briefing feature that shows your readiness score, how you slept, various fitness metrics, goal progress, and even the weather, which is great as someone that opens my Fitbit app every day. I feel hypothetically it would be nice to have an update right on your wrists every morning. Finally, when you're done for the day, the Pixel Watch 3 will be able to automatically detect when you're sleeping to enable bedtime mode that turns off notifications and turns off always on display, which I really like the idea of because it just makes it seem a lot more seamless. In terms of pricing, the 41mm Wi-Fi version is the same price as last year at $349, while the 45mm is $50 more at $399. As a whole, I think the Pixel Watch 3 is a subtle but impactful upgrade, especially if you're into fitness or you really needed that 45mm variant. If you thought the last two generations of Pixel Watch were too small, the bigger one should be right up your alley. And with the amount of comments I've seen over the years, I have a feeling the larger screen should pay off for Google, especially if they keep continuing to tweak Wear OS to take advantage of that larger display, and regardless, it's a nice option to have in the rotation. Either way, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of the new Pixel Watch 3 release. Are you happy with the new changes? And if you are one of those people that begged Google to release a larger size, are you going to pick one up or maybe go with something else? Leave a comment and let me know down below, but in the meantime, I'm getting out of here. Before we do, huge shout out to our channel members on screen right now. Simply put, you guys are awesome for supporting us, and we are so grateful for everyone that decides to join us for the ride. Trust me, we have a lot more Pixel content coming your way, so stay tuned for that, but I have to get going because we have a lot more videos to work on here. With that said, this has been Jordan Floyd with 9to5 Google. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.